Well, now that you said this, I'm even more confused as to why they didn't keep this seemingly pointless press article about Jeremiah not knowing about his father's affair, because Conrad intentionally kept it from him in the drafts. Because what did this actually serve to do except make Conrad look really terrible to Jeremiah? So if you all missed it, when The Summer I Turned Pretty was on, like midway through the season, there was this whole like press moment. A whole article came out with Jenny Han talking about how Conrad specifically kept Adam's affair from Jeremiah, and Belly did too, because remember, Belly knew about it, and everybody was talking about it. Everybody was speculating on it because we were all assuming that he was going to find out and that was going to be like part of his storyline, and then nothing came of it. It was just like never mentioned again. Both of them had scenes with Kaylee that we thought were going to amount to something, and then nothing came of it. Like, she was literally just like written off. Adam wasn't seeing her anymore, and Jeremiah just never finds out. As far as we know, it was just pointless. And the thing was, he did know in the book, so everybody really thought that something would come of this. And Jenny even went on to say in this whole article that was dedicated to this topic that we see this pattern of Conrad doing what he thinks is best for other people and trying to protect Belly from information that he thinks is not just going to make her unhappy, but change the essence of who she is and dim her light and joy. And I don't think he wants that for his brother either, who he knows wants to be good with his dad. Well, first of all, I would say that's not really a good excuse anymore, because we already went over this so many times. There was a whole arc dedicated to Conrad withholding this information and making decisions for Jeremiah, first in season 1 with not telling him about Susanna, and then he continued to do it in season 2, and it was a whole theme. And even Belly said to him, you don't get to make decisions for Jeremiah, and they argued over it, and Jeremiah was like, this isn't helpful, stop doing this. And it seems like that was going to be like a significant change in him not doing that anymore, but then obviously not, because Conrad still thinks he knows better. And also this whole thing about like, oh, like, you know, Jeremiah wants to be good with his dad. Again, Jeremiah isn't a child, and Conrad witnesses Adam treating Jeremiah so horribly in season 3, like literally publicly humiliating him at the lunch, and he doesn't say anything, and he sees how much Jeremiah still wants Adam's approval, and he still chooses not to share this information with him. So I don't really understand how you could spin that as being selfless or altruistic at that point when he's been told several times. But then, exactly like you said, this is so true. Wasn't the whole defense for Conrad's pick me, choose me speech 2 days before the wedding that, you know, he believed that Jeremiah cheated on Belly and Belly deserved to know? He wasn't being an opportunist or trying to break up the wedding or trying to hurt his brother. He was just telling Belly information that she needed to know. So in that case, he can share. She deserves to know. That is so annoying, actually. You see, what was the point of this article, actually? Like, it literally just made Conrad and Belly actually look bad. Why even tell us this? You see what I mean? Like, don't fall for any of the bait about the show, because they're going to continue to do this as the movie comes out. And yeah, we're going to watch it, but they really are just talking to talk.